What's up, guys? Matt Ledbetter, KaiJax Gym. We're back on the line. Holly Ledbetter, PhD out of Michigan. And you are, what are you in Egypt right now?
I am sitting in El Gouna, Egypt, yes.
Spell that.
El Gouna, E-L, new word, G-O-U-N-A. It's a very small town on the Red Sea.
What does new word? Wait, what does new word mean? You said new.
Yeah, it's 2 words.
Oh, 2 word. New word. Oh, El Gouna.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez.
Which you might hear is a cognate for lagoon because it kind of sounds like El
All
Gouna.
right, seriously, though, enough with the big words. Last time we left off, we got into barbell sales and how barbell sales started. You want to finish barbell sales? I mean, let's just run through it real quick. There's a lot of little stories that we could tell about barbell sales, but where we left off, we had just done our first big deal. You want to just finish barbell sales in the next 5 minutes?
Yeah, you think you can do it in 5?
Yeah, I can do it in 5.
Okay.
What do you want to know? Do you have a question that might spark this?
Well, I suppose I was interested in how it got started. I'd like to know where it is now. Is it over?
It's not over, but so I did crazy, let's just say it, I did crazy ass shit to make the business work. Did I burn myself out? No. I would do this trip. I would leave on a Wednesday at 3 p.m. in the box truck. I would gas it up at the truck stop right down the road. 3 p.m. I'd be on the road to Foxborough, Massachusetts. I would drive all night. I'd get to Foxborough at my equipment place. It was called was it called Fitness Brokers? Something like that. I'd get there at 7 a.m. I'd sleep till 8:30 a.m. in the truck. Then their doors open at 8:30. I'd go in. I would do my deal, get all my equipment, load the box truck, drive straight back. No sleep, except for the hour. And it was a 16-hour drive in a box truck. And
Which is not comfortable.
Well, you got to understand why. It's only a 12-hour drive in a car that goes 90. Box trucks governor out at 68, 70. And when they're loaded down going uphill,
they're definitely not.
They're 30 miles an hour, a 26-foot Freightliner truck. I got to where I could come down the hills, though, coming back through Virginia. I wouldn't even hit the brakes. I mean, I seriously, well, you don't want to hit the brakes because if you hit the brakes going down the mountains, you'll burn your brakes up. That's why those truck ramps are there.
Sure.
And if you've ever seen a truck go off a truck ramp, they explode when they go off.
It just sounds like it cannot be a sustainable practice. That much driving, that much.
Okay, let me tell you a deal I did. You ready for this? So I get a call from St. Louis, Missouri. Now, this is when you got to understand, I'm 42. This is when I was 28, 29, 30, okay? So I had all the energy in the world, and I still do, but not for this. So I get a call from this guy in St. Louis, Missouri. He owns a high-rise hotel downtown St. Louis. I think it was an apartment building, a high-rise. I'm talking about 30 floors. And he says, we're outfitting our gym. I've got a lot of equipment. I'm going to send you pictures. I want you just to take this equipment, and you don't even have to take it in on trade. Just take this equipment when you come. So I said, okay, how are we going to get what floor is this on? He's like, oh, it's on the 14th floor. I was like, well, how does it get up there? He's like, you're not going to have to do anything. You just show up. My guys will unload it. We got freight elevators. So I built his list. He wanted some free motion. He wanted this. He wanted that. It was a whole truckload, right? We built his list out. I priced it. Everything was good. He sent me pictures of the equipment he had sitting in the gym that he wanted me to take. And it was good. Right. It was good old equipment. It was like good old steel dumbbells, fixed barbells that are, I mean, fixed barbells are hard to get, especially the old ones. The good steel ones, not like the rubber coated. Because a rubber coated dumbbell weighs less than, like we go to these hotels for Jets Taekwondo, and I'll be curling the 70s for like sets of 12. And I'll go back to my gym. Nah, I'm at like the 50s all day. So They just weigh less. So the good old steel they had like a Body Master's hamstring, a Body Master's leg extension, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it was good enough for me to be like, you know what? I'm going to make money. I'll make money off of selling you this stuff. I'll also make money off of taking the stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's the trick. I found the majority of what he wanted in Foxborough. So I was like, that's cool. The money's right. I did the math. So the deal was drive to Foxborough, Massachusetts.
Pick the stuff up.
Drive to St. Louis, Missouri. Drop it off. Drive home. So here I go, 3 p.m. And I did this Foxborough trip probably 7 times in my career.
By yourself? By yourself?
One time I went with Dustin. I've never seen anybody do this. We stopped. It was like midnight or 2 a.m. We stopped at a truck stop. Not on this trip. I did this trip by myself. But he took 2 5-hour energies. Bam. Bam. And then drank one of the oversized green monsters.
Oh, my God.
Never seen anybody do that.
Did he survive?
Oh, yeah. We created rap songs on the way back. Oh, yeah, it was great. All right, but this trip I was alone because I mean, there's most of the guys I would get to go with me. They would do a trip. I go so hard, they would do it once, and they'd be like, "Nah, man, I'm good. It's not worth $10 an hour, $15 an hour."
Yep, I'm not good. Yep.
So I was by myself. So empty truck going to Foxborough. Same deal. 3 p.m. Got there by 7. And if you've ever been through New York at 2 a.m., this place does not sleep. There was a traffic jam. Yeah. 2 a.m. I don't know where I was. It was like a connection of bridges. I want to say Brooklyn. I don't know. Traffic jam. Dead stop traffic. 2 a.m. It was bizarre. So every time.
Hey, you know what? Hold on, wait. You know what I just remembered?
What?
I went on a trip with you to Delaware to get a piece of gym equipment. When you were just starting.
Tell me about that then.
I don't know. I don't want to interrupt you, but let's go back to that because I have just very weird memories.
What did we get?
It was some kind of machine. Like it definitely wasn't barbells. It wasn't like bars. It definitely was like, it looked kind of square, kind of like a transformer. And we were in like a part of town. Like we had this conversation about.
Oh, I remember this. No. Oh my God. We pulled up to the row houses. It was at night. We got there at like 8:00 at night.
Yeah. And I think you were like, I'm not sure if this is.
No,
safe.
I'm not. Well, I didn't know if it was a setup because it was a Craigslist deal. And I don't remember that piece of equipment, but we pulled up. It was the time of day that this was. See, if you were there at 10 a.m., it's all good. The gangsters are asleep or, they're not. But at 8 p.m., everybody's had their sips of drinks. Everybody's, froggy at 8, and it's getting dark. So we pull up, and I'm like, hey, and how old were you? You had to be like 19.
I was young. I don't know what the heck I was doing with you, frankly. I mean, I don't know.
Because you were probably in school. And you were like, "Hey, I never see you anymore, so I'll just ride with you." The guy came. No, the only time we had any reservations is when I pulled up, and I was like, "There's no way that gym equipment is coming out of this place. What the hell is this?" So I call the guy, and this is a Craigslist deal. That's what you got to. That's what made it sketchy. Okay, I don't know this person from anybody. I found this piece on Craigslist. It was a good enough deal. I wanted, and it had to be something rare, but I have no idea what it was. So it was probably like a Body Master CXP shoulder. And in fact, I almost remember it being that. And that is worth dying over, by the way. I call the guy. And I'm like, hey, man, I'm out here. Am I at the right place? He's like, oh, yeah, I'll be out. He comes out. He's a solid dude. He's just a gym rat. And he had this thing, I don't know, inside. We took it down the steps. I put it in either put it in the truck or put it in the trailer, whatever I had.
No, this was back in the day, man, when I don't even think you had a tray. This was early. This was not.
Well, I probably just put it in the pickup truck then.
Early.
Before I got the box, the reason I got the box truck, the reason I bought a box truck in 2014 is because I got to the point where I was renting them 3 times a month. And a rental on a box truck alone is like $180 something plus. I mean, shit, they're like 40 cents a mile now. Back then I could bust them down to like 12 cents a mile. So I was spending $800-900, not even counting gas. I was spending $800-900 on rentals a month, And then I was like, and one day I said, you know what? How much is a payment going to be? Payments were like $400. So it was a no fucking brainer to buy that box truck. That's actually a crazy ass story on how I bought that box truck.
Is it possible that you bought that like Training Valley, like for Training Valley?
The box truck?
That's how long ago I think it was.
No, I bought the box truck in 2000.
No. I mean this piece of equipment in Delaware where we went together.
I don't know, maybe. All right, let's get back to going to Foxborough, Massachusetts on this St. Louis, Missouri deal.
Yes.
So I leave at 3 p.m. I'm driving. At 11, I start scrolling through my phone, and I go to my email. This guy said, "Hello, I'm from." See, we shipped. You got to understand, we shipped everywhere. I could ship a piece to Germany. All we did was put it on a pallet. I had a third party. It was called Global Trans. I'd get on there. I would type in one pallet, 48 by 52 by 80.
How much it weighed?
Weight 450. I would hit a button. Within seconds, 15 prices would pop up from all these different trucking companies. We were shipping things to California. I could ship 10 pieces. Then we started shipping half loads. I could do a half load anywhere in the United States for $700. I could do a full truck for like $1,800. Wow. I mean, a 53-foot trailer. You call it floor loaded. So none of the equipment's on pallets. You just pack it in there, just Tetris it in there. Anywhere in the country, $1,800. And if it was North Carolina, they would take it to Asheville. I forgot the trucking company's name, but they would do that for like $200 or $300. And that's why we sold so much equipment, because I was one of the first companies. I had Travis, my website guy, Travis. He built a 10-foot by 10-foot barbell sales banner. And I'll go on record with this. Most people, when they listed a piece of gym equipment, you took the picture, but you had 25 pieces in the background, right?
Right.
Because you're moving 500-pound pieces of gym equipment. So I was the first person, and I will argue this with anybody. I was doing this before Empire was, okay? I was the first person around 2008 to move each piece of equipment, not on a pallet, put it in front of my banner, and take the picture. So when you saw the piece on eBay, you had in the background barbell sales really big. You had the phone number, and all you saw was that single piece. You know, it's like anything else. My auction pictures right now, I'm starting to take them with a nice brown textured table, and in the background, it's just the drops behind the table. So you see the nice texture, and then it fades into whatever color the background is, right?
Right.
Well, the trend is let the paper roll over the table, so it's a completely white background, right?
Right.
So I've been doing this my way for about 6 months now, because I just to be honest, the lights bounce off the table different, so it makes the piece look a lot better. And guess what?
It's working.
Oh, it's working, but guess what? There's now 2 or 3 other auction companies doing the same thing. Swear to God. And I'm not going to lie. You know where I got it from? There was a really, really high-end auction house. I don't think it was Christie's, but it was, something like that. And they were selling like $100,000 vases, Chinese vases, and that's how they did it. It wasn't floating in the air. It was just sitting on top of a nice textured table, and it just looked different. And so anyway.
Okay, wait, get back to this. So you're on your way to Massachusetts.
I'm on the way to Massachusetts. I start scrolling through my email. You're driving. You're not supposed to text and drive, but I'm looking at my email. I get an email from somebody in Vermont. He goes, "Hey, my wife is a professional bodybuilder. I'm trying to put her a gym at home. Get back to me. Here's a short list." So he sent me a list of like 12 pieces. Well, it's 11 o'clock at night. Typically, I'm in bed by like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Well, I'm driving and I still have 8 hours to go. So I call the guy. It's 11 o'clock. I call him. He's East Coast time. Ring, ring, ring. I'm like, "Hey, man, the only reason I'm calling this late, I am in a box truck right now, empty box truck. I am going to be in Massachusetts tomorrow morning. Where are you in Vermont?" Blah, blah, blah. I did the Google search, 2 hours away from where I'm going to be.
Oh, wow.
So I said, how soon are you ready to do this? He goes, shoot, we can do it tomorrow. I said,
oh my God.
I said, here's the deal. Be on your phone at 8 in the morning, 8:30, they open up. When I get in, I'm going to put my deal on hold for a day. I'm gonna send you pictures of everything on your list that's comparable, because like he wanted a free motion dual stack trainer. Well, what he actually got was a Cybex 360 trainer. So that's not the same
comparable
model, but it's the same piece. Got there, told the guy at the desk. They had like 3 or 4 salesmen. I was hooked up with one of them. He walked me around, and you got to understand, these warehouses that you go into, they're like 100,000 square foot. Like to put that in
Land South.
Well, to put this into context, our gym is 15,000 square foot. It holds 300 pieces of gym equipment.
Oh my God.
These warehouses are 5 times that size, and they are packed with gym equipment. I mean, it would blow your mind to go into some of these places. I walk around with Chris. I tell him, I said, let me just look. And then I'm going to take some pictures. I'll come back and find you in the office, and you tell me how much this is. So he gave me the prices. I sent the pictures to the guy. I said, this is the price. And, I'm adding money to it, whatever. It totaled up to around 10 grand. I said, okay, here's the deal. I'm loading this stuff up now. I'm going to send you an invoice for half, and I'll see you in 2.5 hours, and you can pay me the rest. And he ended up paying me cash for the rest of it. So I PayPal'd him an invoice. He paid it. I had to use the guy's computer at the desk. I don't know why I couldn't do it on my phone. I don't think I could ever set invoices up through PayPal on my phone. So I had to log in through the guy's computer.
Oh my God.
Sends me $5 grand, and see, the equipment costs $3,800 all in. And so I kind of tipped my hand right then on because the guy saw what I was charging. But I don't think he knew that was half, so whatever. I sit down, I send the guy half, we load the truck. At this point, it's like 2:00 in the afternoon. I text the guy, hey, I'll be there at 4:30. He's like, perfect.
Wait, can I ask a question? I need you to pause. So when you say, I go to this warehouse, it's 100,000 square feet, I'm buying all these things. I mean, are you actually physically doing the labor
of loading it?
Or just a mental...
Yeah, because I'm doing a lot of it. I mean, it depends on the warehouse. So I'm a one-man show. So when people came to my warehouse, it was me loading the equipment. It was me and the guy, whoever came, helping load the equipment. I mean, there was one time where my partner, Tim at the time, and this is past Tim. This is like 2014. Tim is long gone. He's not into it. He ain't into it no more. There was a time where I showed up late, and Tim was helping a guy load up, and there was like this 500-pound piece of equipment. They had to hike it up on a trailer, and they're fucking struggling. They're doing this. I come in. I had just drank a Monster. I was like, what are y'all doing? They're like, we're trying to get this leg extension. I was like, get the fuck back. I walk up to it, tilt it up, lay it on there, push it on. I mean, like 10 seconds, boom, it's on the trailer. And they're just looking at me like, damn, dude. And I'm like,
you're a crazy person.
All right, so anyway, whatever.
But I think my point is, I wonder if all this labor, I mean, this is hard.
That's why I got 2 slip. That's why I have 2 herniated discs in my back right now.
Well, that's what
I have 2 herniated discs, and one of them is bulging. And they want to do all this shit. And I'm like, you know what? I'll just use the reverse hyper and back, and whatever. We're gonna fix this, and I'm fixing it, and I'm back. I'm working out. All right. Okay. So yeah, absolutely. I'm sweating while I'm doing this. They have no air conditioning in these warehouses. It's probably the middle of the summer. I can't tell you. I mean, I can tell you this: it wasn't winter, because I'm not driving a damn 26-foot box truck to Massachusetts in the winter. Forget that. Mm-hmm. So it was definitely in the hot season.
So by 4:30, you're in Vermont, and he's paid you, and his wife has moved.
No, he paid me half down. And see, he's protected, because when you pay on a credit card, you can get your money back. I've shipped a piece of gym equipment to Washington State, a flex leverage incline, sold on eBay. The guy lifts the piece up, takes a picture of the bottom, sends the pictures to eBay, says the piece is rusty. $2,500 for a flex leverage incline. This is about 2014. I had the The twins were like 2.5, 3. Jet had just been born, and he gets his money back through eBay, right?
Yeah.
PayPal gets his money back. You know what I did? So he's got the fucking piece of equipment.
And his money.
And he's got his money back. It took $2,500 out of my account, right? And he's got this piece. You know what I did? I made a phone call. Hey, bud. I don't know what you're doing, but my wife is from Oregon, and I can guarantee you if you don't give me this money back in the next 5 minutes, I'll be on a plane, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Walmart or wherever the fuck I can. I'm going to buy a chainsaw, and I'm going to come see you.
Oh, my God.
And you know what he did? You know what the fuck he did? He gave me my money back. He caught my tone of voice, and he understood that I was very fucking serious, and I was very fucking serious. I don't think I would do that now because it's not worth it. I've got grown ass kids. I mean, you know, but at that time I was so on the hunt and I was so hustle mode. Dude, I had crazy for like an hour. I had crazy thoughts going through my head about what I was going to have to do to this guy.
Okay, whoa.
Right,
I hope you had people around you that were telling you to dial it back.
No, nobody. I mean, maybe Jenny was there, but I don't think she was dialing me back. She was like, you better go get that money. I mean, you know, dude, we got 3 kids. I mean, we didn't have anything going besides selling gym equipment. Well, let's just say this. That piece is a $7,000 piece of equipment now.
So wait a minute. I mean, so that's true because all you have to do is call your credit card and just refute the charge.
So all I'm alluding to is this guy was totally protected. If I didn't show up with the gym equipment, he's getting his money back. It's no big deal. Anyway, 4:30, I pull up. I call him. Hey man, I don't see a house. He's like, oh yeah, it's about 500 yards back in the woods. I'm like, dude, I'm in a 26-foot box truck.
Oh my God.
He's like, well, the path should be good. You should be able to get through there. Dude, I remember this like I was walking through a fucking forest, except I was driving a 26-foot Freightliner. And it was so tight. It was like trees on my right, trees on my left. What he did was he just cut his driveway. And it was a windy ass driveway, big ass. So anyway, I finally got there. He had built this huge man cave, like, I don't know, 3,000 square foot, 4,000 square foot man cave. And so I back up to it. Big garage roll up doors. My truck, so big that the 26-foot Freightliner was able to back into like 3 feet into the door, right? So when we unloaded, it was already inside this place. Okay. So we do the unload. I have a lift gate. Okay. So yeah, you just drag the machine to the lift gate, however you get it there, lower it down. I mean, I had dollies, whatever.
Sure.
So we unload everything. And at this point we're talking. Turns out when he was in college, he started a company, something with environmental. I have no idea what it is. He has 350 employees at this time. So whatever the fuck he does, he was very good at it and had fucking money. All right, so he pays me the balance in cash. I get back in the truck. Now, mind you, I still got to go to St. Louis. And at this time, it's like 5:30. Yeah. So my plan is I'm going to go back right next to Foxborough, Massachusetts. I'm going to stay in a hotel. I'm going to wake up the next morning, do my deal for St. Louis, and on my way, I'm going to go. So I go to pull off, and the way he cut his land out for this building, right in front of me, like 10 foot in front of me, there is woods. So I pull up, and all I'm going to do is do a little back up turn, and go. And he goes, no. Just go ahead and back up in the building again, and then you should have enough room to go. All right, so I'm like, no, I think I can do it. He's like, no, come on, back up. I'm right here. All right,
oh my God.
All right, I go to back up, right? Back up, like a little bit of my box truck is in the building. I put it in drive. Now, box trucks are loud as shit. So if somebody's standing at the back of the box truck yelling and I'm inside the cab, fuck no. I go off. Nothing. I mean, I'm pushing the gas. The truck it's almost like the brakes on. So I look at the big yellow button and I go, God damn it. Something's wrong with my air brakes.
Oh,
I pull it in, pull it out, pull it in, pull it out. I'm still trying to go. The truck, I'm pushing the gas. It's like something's holding the truck back, right? This guy runs up to the glass, waving his hand. Stop, stop. You're hooked on my building.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God, dude. I got out. I said, Jesus, are you kidding? We walk around and look. My right side of my truck, there's all this implements on the back because of the lift gate, had hooked the corner of his building.
Oh.
And it was pulling it off the foundation almost.
Oh, my God, Matt.
Dude. So he had just spent almost $11,000 with me, right? And this was all like gravy. Because I wasn't expecting this deal. Like,
exactly.
I'm on my way to St. Louis to make my money. This was just like a $6,000 bonus. Now, I put the work in, right? Dude, I felt so bad. I'm looking at him. I said, oh, my God. He goes, you know what he said?
What?
Well, I guess that's what insurance is for. I said, man, I am so sorry. And he was talking about his insurance. He wasn't talking about mine.
I know.
And I said, dude, I said, man, I am so sorry. He goes, don't worry about it. He's like, you know, things happen. And I got in the truck.
He's the one who told you to do
I
his
know.
way. You
and that's
do a
why
different way.
that's why sometimes I am very controlling over situations. I don't, because I've been through things where I do like get off of my A type and listen to somebody, then it does that. So anyway, I got back in this took 3 or 4 minutes of talking to him. I got back in the truck, no harm, no foul to me. Backed up a little bit, pulled out, headed back, got a hotel room. So we're going to stop right there, but next is coming. I'll call you back later.
What happened in Missouri?
I got to go. I got to work out at 8:30, but we're going to get into that. So I still have to load up for Missouri. So I got to go back. I got to sleep. I got to wake up, load the truck from Fitness Brokers. Then I got to drive from Foxborough, Massachusetts to St. Louis, Missouri. Look on a fucking map.
Yeah, that's
at that route.
By yourself?
By my yes. Look, you got to go through Pennsylvania. Do you know how long Pennsylvania is?
Yeah, I do because So
I mean, Pennsylvania is a big ass state.
What do you do with yourself? I mean, you just talk to yourself? I mean, you listen to music?
I'm motivated by greed. That's what I used to tell people. Oh, I'm fine. I'm motivated by greed.
Okay. Wow.
No, I mean, it's all about, listen, show me the money. It's like Jerry Maguire. Show me the money.
Okay. Would you still define yourself as that?
No, hell no. You couldn't pay me to get back in a box truck. This is the whole conversation. You said, where is Barbell Sales now? Are you still doing it? And I said, no. And the reason why is I've done so much crazy shit with Barbell Sales.
Yeah.
That it's not that I'm burnt out, but I got better ways to fucking make money. And
well, Matt, you grew up. Wouldn't you also say, for example, that if anybody wants to come and buy a piece of equipment and come to your door, you'll sell it?
I still sell gym equipment, but I am not facilitating assholes who want an entire load delivered to them. Well, first of all, what I would do now is if I had it to do over, I would have called Foxborough. I would have let him send me the pictures. I would have done my deal. Then I would have did the $1,800 transfer truck backs up. I don't even have to be there. A transfer truck backs up. Their guys load it, and the transfer truck takes it to St. Louis.
Vermont.
Yeah, so there's ways to do it without touching it, but I wasn't like that. I got dirty with it.
Right.
So, but anyway, all right, I'm going to work out. I'll call you back.
We'll talk later.
So listen, write down where we left off, and then let's start back there.
Well, we're St. Louis, baby.
St. Louis. All right, see ya.
All right, bye.
Bye.